The threat of resentment isn't what you see. It's like an iceberg. Most of it's underneath the surface. In almost invisible ways, resentment shapes thinking, feeling, and behaving. See, we're so attuned to what we resent that we fail to see the effects of resentment on us. It impairs self-awareness, awareness of our effects on others, your ability to appreciate, and your ability to enjoy. Without resentment, I'll ask my partner to help me. With resentment, I'll punish her for having to ask. And the punishment's primarily by devaluing. You can do that implicitly in tone of voice or explicitly by shaming. On autopilot, resentment is degenerative. Time does not heal it. In fact, time tends to make it worse. And that's because it's progressive. It begins with relatively mild in a relationship, then it becomes adversarial. You see your partner as an opponent. And then it's contempt. You feel like you're morally or intellectually superior to your partner. And then that turns into bitterness and then the end. On autopilot, that's almost always how it goes. All right, now the way out, because in autopilot, there is no way out. Everything we resent, we can also view more compassionately. You make a choice. Now, which will be more likely to evoke cooperation if you're more compassionate to someone and ask them for behavior change, or if you demand it because you're entitled? Which do you think is more likely to get cooperation? Also, even if you don't get cooperation, you like yourself better when you look at things compassionately than when you look at them resentfully. Because when you're resentful, you have placed yourself in a devalued state. And because resentment has an obsessional quality, you keep thinking about it over and over again, you get stuck in the devalued state. So this is the way it looks. When compassion is up, resentment's automatically down. They can't occupy the same space. They're counterweights. And when resentment is up, compassion is down. So the way to overcome resentment is raise self-compassion and compassion for other people. You'll find that you get a lot more of what you want that way. Another way to think of this is imagine what you're going to regret. Regret points to our deepest values. Problem is it's after the fact, so we want to imagine what you will regret so that you can change it before it's too late. Do you think you'll regret not resenting more? Now here's a little exercise. Draw a vertical line down the middle of a blank piece of paper. On the left side, write one behavior you resent about your partner. For example, I resent that my partner nags me. On the right side, write a more compassionate evaluation of the behavior. For example, my partner feels unheard. I'll listen better. Don't list your resentments. Connect each to the softened, more compassionate interpretation. They must be connected in your brain so that when the resentment occurs, the compassionate interpretation occurs automatically. A softened interpretation is typically self-correcting. But if you need to ask for behavior change, which do you think would be more successful? Resentment or compassionate assertiveness?